bloody hell, mate, are you right? I know coming out in the outback was a bloody stupid idea, but you have to interrupt me doing my shit. Can you smell that?
Hot as sweaty balls. Jesus.
Retrace our steps before we got lost. There's something else that we've never ever seen before. This is actually unreal. Without it blowing up in our face.
It's freaking me out.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but what is that smell? So crank out those Spanish clobber, because these sausage fingers are gonna get dirty. And a massive thank you to our subscribers and our partners in crime for keeping our travel dreams alive. But to kick us off, we pull out the acreage, which is the last camp spot in the last episode. And we knuckle down with a massive drive in front of us with a grand total of 33 kilometers to the little town of Butte. And without sounding super corny and a bit of a twat, this place is actually Butte. It lives up to its name, and we found this place on Wikicamps. I'll throw it right up here for you. And it is a stellar little place. Like, it is $26 a night, power and water, right bang in the middle of town. So you can't get better than that. And it's a sleepy little town. It's been super quiet here, which is exactly what we need for 2 nights to regroup and regather before we head up through the red center. And someone's not too impressed about that because she's seen the forecast and the weather.
It's going to be like 40 degrees.
Plus. So about 30-ish
Spoke to some friends
at
of
night.
ours, it was 31 at night.
Awesome.
And billions of flies, so don't know how we're going to go.
You'll be right, mate. We just got to go through there to get up to Darwin and stuff like that, so we'll be right. And there's heaps of stuff to see on the way. We're going to try to do it on a budget though, so I don't know how we're going to do with that, with heat and not being able to go to a caravan park and stuff, but we're really going to test out this Victron system with the aircon, I think, hey, bub?
Yeah.
But this town's got some cool things about it. Like, it's got this cool silo art, which you've actually found out some information about,
I just spoke to like a local bloke, and he said that 2 guys painted it in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
That's super quick, and it's one of the best silo arts in Australia.
All right, well, yeah, you can see it from now. The drone footage is up now. It looks pretty specky, eh?
Yeah, we've got a park across the road as well, and also there's a little animal enclosure, like a little, I don't know what's there, we haven't been there yet, but we might do that on the way out.
I like that park, so you can see from the drone footage as well, they've got a little like bike circuit sort of thing and stuff like that. Yeah, and the dudes that come around, the councils just come around and mowed everything, so yeah, they actually upkeep in this town. Like, it is a cool little town, but we do have to move on because we want to try to stay out in front of everyone else trying to go through the red center and stuff like that, because everyone knows it gets booked up and stuff like that, especially around the major tourist attractions and stuff like that. And we're trying to stick on that budget sort of end, trying to go up through there as well. So we're trying to pick up some free camps and stuff like that. Maybe even go a track or so that no one's been before. We'll see how we go. I'm not really planning anything. We haven't really planned anything. It's like not even day to day. It's not even day to day. It's like hour to hour at the moment what we're actually doing. But we've got to get on the road and get these tyres rolling. With no plan, a full tank of fuel and one direction in mind, we say farewell to Butte. And a hell yeah, buddy, to the open road. But our happiness was about to take a low blow. And it won't be the only low blow in this episode, so keep watch to find out. But we were about 20 clicks out of Port Pirie, and then we had this little crutch shot to deal with. And the reason why we're going into Port Pirie is we're not a fan of the next major town after that, which is Port Augusta. So, quick story, basically about 7 days in from actually leaving, we pulled into Port Augusta in the squid jig, and we're actually followed in by 6 or 7 burly men in a white van. So I didn't think of anything of it at the time, but we pulled in behind Woolworths down near the pier and stuff like that, and they pulled up, and let's just say they weren't there for the view of the pier or anything like that. So we made a good decision where I stayed at the van and Steph walked in and got the shopping and stuff like that, and let's just say it was intimidating. It really felt like I was going to get my teeth knocked through my beehole. Like, it was really, really bad. So basically, yeah, we're not fond of Port Augusta in a nutshell. So I think we'll do our last sort of shop and fuel stop and gas stop and everything else in Port Pirie before we start heading up into the good old outback. But yeah, it's just one of these things where you just got to be wary and you smell that? Can you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you fart? No, it's not that. What does that smell? Can you smell it? That's electronics. No, I can smell electronics.
Why are you freaking me out?
What is that smell? Oh, I'm gonna have to find somewhere to pull up. That stinks.
Just pull over.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
There's nowhere to pull out. Hang on.
Oh my god, I'm freaking out.
What is that smell? Oh, just turn that off.
Just pull over here. Just pull over here.
That smells bad. It smells like electronics, but electrical side smell.
I just get freaked out that she's gonna blow.
Everything looks right on the skin gauge, so let's pull up here. Just wait.
It's coming out too.
Just wait, just wait. Just wait, dear kids, okay?
Oh my god. I'm scared of snakes. No, no, no other way. It's a massive truck coming.
Stinks. Do you smell that?
Thank you,
Oh yeah, it's that running. Alright, so we pulled up on the side of the road and underneath the bonnet stinks of electronics, something or other. So I'm trying to find what's going on. You can smell that, eh?
Can you hold that? I'm just going to check where that truck is.
Yeah, just be careful, bud. Oh. Have to be over this side, stinks over here. Be careful. Can you hear that? Oh, look, 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 look. Oh, yeah, that battery's like blown up. Oh, it's bulging. Alright, hold that. Just stay back, bub. Oh, I think the battery's cooked. That stinks. Oh, it's bubbling.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know 12 volt that well. I think we've like cooked the battery, but I don't know why. It's actually blown up. It's blown up in the cradle. Like it's actually pushing against that. The batteries blow up like that? I don't know. It's like pushing out everywhere.
Alright, so can we just
Alright. I'll just go check the scan gauge. Well, we'll just cool down the car. We might have to sit here for a sec.
Jesus. Seriously, on the side of the road, trucks bloody going $1.50 on the road. It's actually sketchy being here right now. What are you doing, babe?
No, just wait. I'll come back.
Oh my god, seriously.
Alright, so we've got a bit of a game plan. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna isolate the battery, I think, just take it off without it blown up in my face or something like that. So I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but we're on the side of the road. It's pretty dangerous, so I'll just do this. And thanks to Gary, I think I can cover up the leads. You know who I'm talking about, Gaz. Thanks for giving us these things. We put this on our inlet for the water and stuff like that that goes into the car. So I'm just going to chuck these on the leads that I can see there so it doesn't arc out or anything like that, but which is these leads here. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we'll see what happens. I'll get this isolated, and then I think we're only 20 k's out of Port Pirie. Oh, she bubble, bubble, bubble. I don't know if you guys can hear that with the road noise and everything, but not good. And then we can see what the cause is of it once we get into Port Pirie.
How are we going?
Yeah, it's hot. Probably dangerous.
Dog hot right now.
I don't know. It's probably not the correct way of doing it, but I don't know. So I'll just use these to isolate the battery, so there's nothing coming out from the battery. It's so hot.
The batteries?
Yeah, I don't know what to bloody do, but anyway, we'll just try to fix it at Port Fury.
Oh, I don't think we're far.
No, I think it's about 20 k's away, so I know this battery's 3 years old, but I don't know. Now,
how long does
it's got the thing there where it says replace battery, charge battery, and it's white in there, so I think she's dropped the cell, or like, look at it, it's all bulged here.
Is it?
I think it any longer, I reckon she would have kablamo and a lot worse. I see so many electrical fires and stuff like that, and it might be not to scare you or anything, but
seriously.
Yeah. But
I was looking at this and thinking, what is that? Why does that look?
Oh, they're just oil food pipes. So yeah, I know that sort of side of things. I don't know all this wiry sort of stuff. So anyway, it's isolated. We'll try to get into Port Fury without it blowing up in our face. I've got to get the thing out of there and put a new battery in now, which is going to hurt the budget a little bit.
Cost? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I know. We'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. You're going with that one now.
Now with the Elon Musk atom bomb isolated, we're ripped into Port Fury to see if we can swap it out. And bada bing, bada boom, Repco to the rescue.
So apparently, Repco have a sale on batteries. Conveniently. And he's off to go grab one.
Now to put my sausage fingers to good work. Not that Steph's complaining. I can fondle it and cut up an onion like no one else. So I undo the bracket, move all the leads out of the way and lift her out. All without getting sulfuric acid blown up in my face, which is always a plus.
Not the worst I see. I'll see if you can see that. Not the worst I've seen, but yeah. She definitely needs replacing, I think. Started cutting in near and stuff. She's actually banked out the battery there, but she's bulging everywhere at the moment. And she is dead as a dodo. Yeah, lucky we caught that before we went in the outback.
Now the battery debacle is done and dusted, we mashed that rye pedal out of Port Fury. And coming across our favourite place in the whole world, we mash it a little bit more. But once out the other side, we started hunting down somewhere where we could pull up stumps for the night. And I think we come up with a bloody winner. Check this little joint out. Holy dang, this place is hotter than Satan's nutsack at the moment. Literally, it's 6 o'clock and we're pulling in at 38 degrees. I knew not, I really don't. Before I forget, I'll put this place up. It's called Mona Lisa Lagoon Rest Area. So this is where we did. So you can see we've done a bit of a trek up because we wanted to keep the kids inside the aircon of the car as much as we can before we pulled up. And the idea is to save our power and try to run the aircon for as long as possible tonight so we could get a good night's sleep. So we're off early in the morning as well, but someone isn't too happy with me pulling her out. But the date, a lot of people want to know the dates that we actually travel. It's the 6th of March right now. So that gives you some idea what sort of weather and heat and everything is through the centre. Hey, what is it, bub? Hot as what?
Balls.
Hot as what?
Hot as sweaty balls.
Oh, okay. And there you go. There's a description to get in your mind. But
that's like, what's time now? What, 7?
I think it's like 7 something
7
now.
or 8 maybe?
I'd say 7:23. Let's see how close I am with that. 7:19. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, so the idea is to give this aircon a run tonight and see how many hours we can get out of it, and then leave us enough juice in the morning for a coffee. So, and speaking of juice, the battery in the car is going bloody beautiful. She's keeping this freezer in the back and a nice chilly 18 degrees, which makes me want to rip every bit of that meat out and jump in there myself at the moment. So minus 18 degrees. Yeah, buddy. You right there?
Yeah.
You're looking at snake tracks or something, are you? Steffi and the outback just don't mix, eh? So
I'm getting bitten by flies and they actually hurt. I'm such a princess.
But as soon as we turned up here, we actually done an activity which was building Pokemon builder thingy-my-gobs, because you did a...
Did you get from Coles?
Coles? Yeah, and which was interesting.
And how annoying, Aaron got a new gas bottle for the car, and then as we were in the shop, I said to the lady, can you just make sure that Aaron buys these? And they were the mosquito net things for our heads.
I don't want to be one of those people.
I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to be eating flies.
One's in your drink.
Water.
No, I think a fly went in your drink.
No.
Sure?
Warm water.
I think it went in there for a sippy.
Super warm water.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm trying to keep hydrated.
The kids have gone stir crazy with the heat and stuff like that. But what we'll do, we'll get them all packed up, get them fed, into bed, and see how well this aircon system runs tonight. Because then we're going to get out of here early in the morning because we've got a big stint tomorrow, and we want to try to get out before the heat because it's supposed to be like 30 odd degrees still at what time?
Like
2 or 3
o'clock or something. Yeah,
that's insane. So hopefully this air,
maybe one or something. I don't know, the humidity gets worse though, so
yeah, hopefully this aircon can run the distance. But yeah, we'll be waking up early in the morning and getting out of here as well.
Now this is our first real introduction to the Red Centre, and I have to say, besides the heat, we're actually loving it. The contrast of colours was just on a different level, and this was only just the start. But now it's time to turn in for the night, so we give the AC a big kick in the ass and get the Groms to sleep, as tomorrow is going to be a massive day. And exactly 6:32 AM, we trolleyed out of camp to witness one of the best ways to wake up. God damn, that is a magic sunrise. This is the point in time where we're actually feeling pretty chuffed. Or did we just speak too soon? Because as we wheeled up the A87, I couldn't resist myself to turn off the main road and down this little track. As in the distance I could see something that I just couldn't drive past. At Steph at the helm, we made our way down to what looked to be an old phone tower service road. Which then turned into a goat track. Which turned into barely a track at all, but now we're committed and we're so close, we pushed it that little bit more. Finally, the track opened up into a bit of a pad where we could park up and send the drove over to catch these rare pieces of amazing footage. Now this little specky spot is Island Lagoon, and this little mound of dirt in the middle is called Fish Mountain, and we managed to snag it in a rare event of it being surrounded by water. Now with all the excitement and me getting carried away trying to get all the photos and the footage, me and my dumb wisdom sent out the drone with only a half juiced battery, and you can probably guess what happens now. Bob's your sister, the bloody thing didn't make it back. So desperate times turned into desperate measures. We uncouple the van and go on the witch hunt to find this drone. Now, normal circumstances would be to turn on the drone locator on the controller and see where the last place the drone was transmitting. Yeah, but that didn't happen. It just wouldn't locate the drone's last whereabouts. So we had to do it old school, and at about 3 square kilometers of search area to cover, we pretty much kissed this drone goodbye. But good old Lady Luck had other thoughts.
Oh my God, this guy, I can't believe he found it. This is like finding a needle in a haystack. And oh my God, can you see where we are right now? How in the heck have you found it? Like, check this out. Look at the terrain here. I'm freaking out. I'm shaking. This freaking lunatic. Oh my God. Yeah, buddy. Now let's go see if our van's still there. Holy shit. I cannot believe you found it. It's like finding a bloody needle in a haystack here. Oh my God. Where's in the car, babe? What in the heck? Now we're going to make it back safe. You should have seen like the adrenaline rush trying to find this bloody thing.
That's worse than a needle in a haystack.
And we get so many messages about how many times we lose the drone. Far out.
We found it! And the worst thing about it was, this thing wasn't actually beeping or anything like that. I was trying to do the locator thing. I couldn't. Oh.
So we actually found it through coordinates. The last
that's a good tip. So it'll post where the last coordinates on. Steph jumped on Wiki and punched them in, and it gave us an area. I sort of remember this area in the last images, but it cut out. And I tried to get on some sort of, I don't know, some sort of road or a flat ground over there, and there it was. It was right there.
Now all we had to do was retrace our steps before we got lost. And Steph was getting a bit freaked out about dumping the van. So once back through the dried up creek bed, and up over the big Bundy, Steph mashed the pedal right back to the van. We hooked up and got the hell out of there. Let's just say I won't be doing any extravagant drone missions anytime soon, because you guessed it, someone got a little bit cranky at me. Back on the black stuff, we hang a ride at Woomera, and I'll tell you what, there is some secret squirrel shit going on in there. If you don't know Woomera, it is a 122 square kilometre military testing ground, which has been dubbed the Area 51 of Australia. Let's just say I was checking the skies as we were driving along, because I wasn't fussed on getting beamed up by some weird aliens or something. I don't think I'd be too fond of getting probed where the sun don't shine. Anyway, a bit off track, we end up finally pulling up at our next stop.
Okay, now we can actually say we're deep in the Australian outback, and what a way to start the tour with an invite only to one of the most iconic places in Australia, if not the world, and that is Roxby Downs Homestead. And this is an invite only station, and we couldn't get this invite only without the help of two people, Simon and Georgie, which are actually doing a work stint on this station. So they got the AOK from the Gugutha Pastoral, which actually owns the land. So we got restricted access to actually do a little bit of filming around the area in this homestead, which is, we've been here for a couple of hours and it's just blown my mind. Like, I'll do some fun facts with you in a minute. So basically this might actually open people's eyes of what opportunities that you can get while working on the road in Australia. So Simon and Georgie got a 3-month stint here. Georgie up in the kitchen, and then Simon out in the farms and doing all your maintenance and stuff like that. So basically I'll run through the fun facts and I'll do a bit of a chase with the drone with Steph and the kids and Simon at the helm. Let's go.
Now let's start with the big one. Golgotha country, which consists of Roxby Downs, Roxby itself, Endamuka, Purple Downs Homestead, Olympic Dam, and even the land down towards Australia's Area 51. which totals up to a massive 5,000 square kilometres. Which, to put into perspective, is like taking the country of Monaco, not once, but fitting in that landmass twice. That is just nuts. Makes your normal 1,000 square metre block of land look kinda small, doesn't it? And Simon says they call this place the 5 Horizons, because it will take you 5 horizons to get to the other side of the property. That is just an insane amount of land. It is absolutely nuts. And you probably guessed it, the Groms were absolutely loving the quip around in the buggy as well. But we did manage to get out and see some of the other homesteads. With after a near run-in with the Outback KFE, we end up heading over to Anamuka Station over the other side of the property, and it's freaky, freaky wine cellar. Bloody hell, look at this thing. It's dead set out of a horror movie. But the main thing we wanted to see was the opal crazy town of Anamuka. And I've got to say, she was a bloody eye-opener of a town. Once you come and visit a place like this, those insignificant complaints about your own life seem to fade away quite quickly. Because this place is nothing like we've seen before.
And literally all I can say is, wow, this town is something else that we've never ever seen before. This is actually unreal. Actually, the guys back at the station, the actual property managers and stuff like that, have basically said you got to come out to Anamuka. You got to think how much money's in this place, like opal fever and all those dig sites and everything else. And this is what the traditional house they used to live in, like one of these little bungalow, or what I call it personally a shanty. Like, this is what the opal people or opal hunters traditionally lived in. Oh my god, like, that's insane history. Wow. And this is the living room. So this is a, oh no, this is a bedroom, the living room, kitchen. Oh no, all of it in one. There must be another bit to the house. Oh, my back's sore just trying to get underneath the bloody patio bit. There's a water point straight off the roof into there. What's this bit? All their tools and stuff. This is sick. Living room maybe? I don't know. Then you got a pop out and there's a bedroom up the back there. Insane. So this is what, and look, to be honest, the cottages haven't upgraded much for life. They got tin roofs and everything like that, but they live in, they're just everywhere. The same sort of thing, just little shanties everywhere. It's insane. All because of opal fever. Like, it's nuts what you do for finding one of these shiny little rocks. It's just insane, out in the middle of nowhere.
Boy, oh boy, times were brutal back in the day. And I do suggest to come and see it for yourself. There is actually a low-cost camp right in the middle of town. It has powered sites, full player area, and it even has its own noodling area so you can find your own opals. Pretty damn cool, eh? Now we're just doing our lap around because we can't actually find any opal shops open to actually see what these crazy people out here actually dig up out of the ground. But just driving around, it just got my brain buzzing because all the old artifacts and cars and stuff are just awesome out here. Like, I do love it, but you got to be a special kind of someone that live out here. But like, look at the old cars and stuff like that. Like, this is, even that's rusty gold. But everywhere you drive around, it's just dig sites. Like,
yeah, show that window.
Oh, there's dig sites everywhere, all around the town. It's just insane. I reckon if you went on a couple of them, you might come out with a couple of bullet holes for you, because yeah, special kind of people live out this way, definitely. But I'm just, well, I'm not going back outside because I started sweating from places that you shouldn't be sweating. It is hot today.
38 degrees.
Yeah.
But that's with no wind, nothing. Like it's just
it is a
disgusting.
different type of heat out here. This is insane. So I think we might go back into town and go to the splash park back in Roxby, because that is calling my name right about now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up out here, do the hour drive back into town, and yeah, go get wet, I think, because it is too hot.
Loading up the next morning, we're left at the crack of a sparrow's fart to obviously beat the heat and also catch another awesome outback sunrise. And this is where we're going to check out, guys, until next time. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you got to this point in the video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, legends, and peace out.